Welcome back to Midday Kentucky, everyone. Well, are you still looking for that perfect graduation gift? This is a little bit interesting. Dr. Stillwell is here to share some gifts that don't include money or gift wrapping. I'm not interested.
I know.
Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thanks.
It's been a while since I've sat here with you.
I'm so glad. Welcome back.
Okay, so a lot of aunts and grandparents and parents try to find the perfect graduation gift. Now, whether that might be a car, which I've seen in the movies.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
Oh, because we don't do the whole graduation thing in Australia like you do here. So if you're saying not make it a monetary thing and don't do the gift wrapping thing, what are you suggesting?
What I'm suggesting is what this young adult really needs is you. Your encouragement, your time, your listening ear, your being willing to be a mentor for him or her as time moves forward.
Well, what,
Hey, listen, can I just butt in there?
Sure, sure.
I reckon what they need is someone to pay off their student debt.
Well, that's part of being a
Let's be
mentor,
real.
is to guide them
Ah,
so they don't get over their head.
yeah, that's
Exactly,
You know?
exactly. And what are some of the other skills? I mean, you're talking about mentoring. What are some areas that we should be aware of as far as mentoring that particular student?
Yeah, whether they're going off to school or to the job world, they're going to have to deal with authority figures, whether that's their boss or their dean. And
Okay.
so how do you deal with authority figures? Both in how do you communicate face to face? How do you be assertive without being obnoxious? How do you communicate online or on paper? Just what should your attitude be as you're dealing with authority figures?
I find it interesting that shouldn't that be happening as you're growing up?
Exactly.
And if you haven't learnt that by the time you're graduated, you're never really going to learn it. Or am I wrong?
I never say never.
Okay.
You know,
No, fair enough.
they may have had some bumps along the way, and maybe not a lot of training up to now. But as an aunt or an uncle or a parent or a grandparent, this may be a unique opportunity.
Yeah,
Because they
you're
may
right.
have learning readiness, because their life is about to change. They no longer have the security of home and parents always being there for them.
Yeah.
Well, and I had a job situation right out of college, and my boss. It's interesting that we're talking about this because I did have a boss that was very verbally abusive and aggressive toward me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything sexual abuse. It was more verbal. And for me as a young person out in the real world now, it was scary, and it was I didn't know how to handle that situation. So I think the mentoring is really, really important. Growing up and being mentored by my parents is one thing, but once you hit the real world, all
Yeah.
bets are off. I mean, you have to be able to hold yourself in front of those folks
And the
like
task,
that.
the task of growing up is independence. That's the goal. And so you probably do want to break away from those parents for a little while and have other mentors in your life. And so if you are an aunt or an uncle, you may have a unique opportunity.
Yeah, well, let me tell you one thing, my friend, is that I think everyone, if you're lucky enough to still have your grandparents in your life, they give the best advice.
Oh, yes.
They really do. Okay, how do you give advice to an 18 or 19-year-old without sounding like you're being critical?
Okay.
We're going to wrap it up soon, though.
Focus on their strengths instead
Yeah.
of their weaknesses.
Okay.
There's at least a 50% chance that they had parents that focused on their weaknesses, that were overly critical, and that's not helpful. You're trying to build their strengths for college or career. You're trying to build their strengths for life. And so encouragement, you will give them courage by affirming what you see in them. And if you're a favorite uncle or whatever, they're going to just take that. It's worth more than gold.
Wow.
Yeah, he's probably,
He
you
is.
are right, because you often say to me, it's not what I say, it's how I say it. And my advice or my information might be correct, but it's how it's delivered.
Yes.
Because
and
I'm bang, bang, bang.
yes, point,
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Where a mentor role is more asking questions,
Yeah,
more
interesting.
listening. It's more
Interesting.
about hearing that person.
We appreciate you as
You're
per
welcome.
usual. There's all the information up there for Dr. James Stillwell and his phone number 859-940-3241. Everyone, we'll be right back after this short break.